Professor Michael Ekrone and the University School of Music Band in singing the national anthem.
Graduates, I hope that during your time on campus you have been introduced to and embraced the Wisconsin idea. This is the notion that the boundaries of the university are the boundaries of the state, and it encompasses the belief that the university should reach out and serve the citizens of the state and beyond. If we have done it right, you are the embodiment of the Wisconsin idea. You will take what you've learned here and demonstrate to the world the value of a Wisconsin education. As you use your education, as you serve others, the world will be a better place because of your time here. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the members of our official party. I'm going to ask each one of them to stand up when their name is called and to remain standing. And I'll ask the audience to please hold your applause until all members of the party have been introduced. Rebecca Blank, Chancellor. Our keynote speakers, Adam Horowitz and Edward Kitsis. Carl Schultz, Dean of the College of Letters and Sciences. Margaret Raymond, Dean of the Law School. Catherine Vanden Bosch, Dean of the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences. Diana Hess, Dean of the School of Education. Linda Scott, Dean of the School of Nursing. Stephen Swanson, Dean Dean of the School of Pharmacy. Mark Markell, Dean of the School of Veterinary Medicine. Sarah Shute, Chief Alumni Officer and Director of the Wisconsin Alumni Association. Regina Milner from the Board of Regents. Jada Klein, our student speaker. William Karpus, Dean of the Graduate School. Robert Golden, Dean of the School of Medicine and Public Health. Soyan Shim, Dean of the School of Human Ecology. Ian Robertson, Dean of the College of Engineering. Ann Massey, Dean of the School of Business. Jeffrey Russell, Dean of Continuing Studies. Anya Warner, Chair of the University Committee, which is the executive committee of our Faculty Senate, and a professor of English. Lori Berger, Interim Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs and Dean of Students. Marcia Malik, Vice Chancellor for Research and Graduate Education. Ray Tafora, Vice Chancellor for Legal Affairs. Charles Haslett, Vice Chancellor for University Relations. Lauren Heller, Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administration. Scott Chodek, University Registrar. Steve Smith, Secretary of the Faculty. Guido Podesta, Vice Provost and Dean of the International Division. Paul Robbins, Director of the Nelson Institute for Environmental Studies. John Ballachino, Director of the Arts Institute. Kristen Roman, Chief of Police. Please join me in welcoming these distinguished individuals. Wisconsin-Madison. Chancellor Blank is an internationally respected economist who has also spent time in Washington, D.C., working in 3 different administrations. Most recently, she was Deputy Secretary and Acting Secretary of the U.S. Department of Commerce under President Obama prior to her selection to lead this university in 2013. Chancellor Blank received her undergraduate degree in economics from the University of Minnesota and holds a doctoral degree in economics from MIT. She has served on the faculty at Princeton, Northwestern, and the University of Michigan, where she also served as the Dean of the Gerald R. Ford School of Public Policy. As Chancellor, she has committed herself to maintaining the university's position as one of the world's top centers for discovery and research, educating students to compete in a global economy, and helping UW experts to share knowledge and innovation with the state, the nation, and the world, what we call the Wisconsin idea. Please welcome Chancellor Blank.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 2017 winter commencement at the University of Wisconsin at Madison. Let me start by congratulating every one of today's graduates. We are delighted you are here, and congratulations to all of you. And congratulations to all of the friends and the family who are also here as well. It's great to see you all. I also want to welcome and thank our guest speakers, Hollywood producers of some of your favorite hit shows who met here as undergraduates at UW, Adam Horowitz and Eddie Kistis. Adam and Eddie, thank you for being here today. Today, we're going to confer over 2,000 degrees upon our undergraduates, graduate, and professional school students. Not all of them are here in the room, but they're all going to be receiving a degree. And whether you've earned a medical degree or an MBA, a PhD or a bachelor's degree, your credential means you're now part of a rather elite group. Just 7% of the world's population holds a college degree, and less than 1% have ever earned a PhD. And of course, that educational level comes with some responsibilities. Now, December graduates are always an interesting group. Some of you took a little more time to get to your degree, perhaps because you incorporated an internship or a study abroad to enrich your education. Some of you took a little less time to get here because you focused like a laser on completing your degree. And we have one person here who finished his degree 50 years ago, but was so needed in his new job, he couldn't stay to participate in the graduation ceremony. After a lifetime of work, helping developing countries grow and thrive, Luciano Barraza has returned to accept a PhD in economics that he earned in 1967. And Luciano is here with his family. So please stand for the recognition. As you celebrate your achievements, I know that many of you are thinking about the multitude of choices that lie ahead, and that can be a little bit scary, even if you feel like you have it all worked out, because every positive choice eliminates some other possibility. You can't walk through two doors at once, or of course you can't unless you have that particular entrance to Granger Hall. Whether you're deciding on a job, or a major move, or a graduate school program, or making more personal choices, like say, whether to get married, whether to have a child, there are three questions you need to ask yourself. Think of these as tools for choosing well. Number one, what is it that you love to do? The constant demands of school, the tests you have to take, the papers you have to write, make it easy to lose track of what it is you're really passionate about. The things you have to get done today can take all of your attention. But it's important to spend some time thinking about what feels the most meaningful in the long run. What do you want to be and do in your life? Now, if your first answer is binge watching last week tonight, you're going to have to dig a little deeper than that. If your first answer is watching the Badgers win the Rose Bowl at the end of the month, we're all with you. But unless you remember the football team, you got to keep thinking as well. When Matt Howard, Alex Weiler, and Eric Martell sat where we were sitting just a few years ago, they asked themselves this question, and their first answer was, we really love ordering takeout. Now, they met here as freshmen, so they'd had 4 years of experience. But they didn't stop with that answer. They then listed the things they didn't like about the process. They couldn't always order late at night. They couldn't always get delivery from their favorite places. With degrees in economics and computer science, they decided that they could do better. They co-founded E Street, which last year delivered food to nearly 2 million people in 250 cities around the country. Matt and Alex were just named to the 2018 Forbes magazine 30 under 30 list of rising stars. And yes, they still love ordering Ian's pizza at all hours. So, when you can name what you're passionate about, making choices about your career and your life are going to see a little more straightforward. Second question, what are you good at? Those of you earning bachelor's degrees today may be thinking, I'm not entirely sure what I'm good at. That's okay. If we've done our job right, we've given you a foundation of knowledge and skills, and it's now your job to build expertise. I can't tell you exactly how to do that, but I can tell you it'll happen a lot faster if you focus on being present and productive. Yours is the first generation who have plugged in since you were old enough to press a button. How many of you tried to look like you were paying attention in math class when you were actually feeding your Tamagotchi? I'm not going to ask you to show hands on that. There was a time when we all thought that multitasking was a great way to get things done. But it turns out that most people really can't do two things at once and do them both well. So just like your laptop, you're going to work a whole lot better if you unplug once in a while. And whether you've achieved a level of expertise or whether you're just starting out, know that the #1 predictor of what someone does is not their genius, and it's not their luck. It's how hard you try and how hard you work. Thomas Edison patented 1,000 inventions you have never heard of before he created the phonograph and the light bulb. Thomas Jennings, the first African American to receive a U.S. patent, spent years experimenting with different formulas for cleaning clothes before he invented dry cleaning in 1821. When you get to that place, that's the nexus of what you're good at and what you're passionate about. That's where your life's work awaits you. Choose opportunities. that put you there. The third question to ask, where can you make a difference? Each of you has been educated in the UW tradition of public service, as the provost noted, what we call the Wisconsin idea. And I hope one of the things you've learned is that success means serving something larger than yourselves. Let me tell you about two of today's graduates who understand that lesson better than most. Corporal Matt Johnson and Sergeant Ross Goodlack came to us a little later in life than most of our undergraduates. They're both U.S. Marine veterans. Matt was training with his unit in a desert in East Africa when he promised himself he was coming to UW-Madison and was going to study finance so he could help his businesses succeed. Ross was serving in Afghanistan, working with a bomb-sniffing dog to clear explosives from the roads when he promised himself he'd come here and was going to study real estate so he could develop housing for low-income families. Matt and Ross and 19 more student veterans are all earning degrees today, and we're very thankful for your service and very proud of you all. Congratulations. I hope each of you is thinking about how you can use your education to make life better in some way. Maybe for one person, maybe for many. If that sounds like a tall order, I'll let you in on a secret. It's a lot easier if you don't try it alone. I hope that teamwork and collaboration have been part of your education here at UW, because we know that many minds are better than one for solving difficult problems, and because learning to play well with others is even more important now than it was in kindergarten. Whether you're volunteering in the community, or playing in a band, or solving complex physical problems, I hope you'll continue to seek out opportunities to work with people you can learn from, or who can learn from you to make a difference. Now, before I end, I want to ask a favor of you. Despite what I just said about being unplugged every so often, if you have your phone with you, take it out now. We are going to do one last unofficial portrait with all of your classmates. I want every one of you to take a selfie or a picture with the classmates around you and tweet it with the hashtag UWGrad. Hashtag UWGrad up there on the board. We're going to collect them and post them at go.wis.edu/UWGrad. And if you follow me on Twitter at @Blank, I tweeted the link earlier today. So you take your picture, and while you do that, Adam and Abby are going to come up here, and we're going to take the class photo from up here. All right, everyone go. Come on.
Olsun sen de ben hemen çekileceğim. Ver bakalım.
The class of 2017 is going to have the biggest and the best collection of commencement photos and memories that you have ever seen. So thank you, and be sure to visit the website to see all of those pictures. Wherever your path leads you, I hope you choose well. Find what you love, define your success by the difference you make in the world. Thank you for making this university a better place while you are here. Keep in touch. Let us know what you're doing. And I, for one, can't wait to see what each of you accomplish in the years ahead. And remember to come back occasionally and visit. You're always going to be part of UW, and I hope that UW will always be part of you. So congratulations to each and every one of you, and on Wisconsin. It is now my honor to introduce Regina Miller, a member and past president of the University of Wisconsin Board of Regents. Regina is a two-time UW alum who earned both a law degree and a master's degree in real estate and urban land economics from UW-Madison. Her academic achievements are all the more extraordinary because she came as a non-traditional student, returning to school as a single mom with 3 children. Regina brings a level of passion and energy to everything she does. After her appointment to the Board of Regents in 2012, she toured every one of UW System's 13 four-year colleges. She listened to students, faculty, staff, administrators, and alumni. Her energy and her willingness to listen and learn have marked her service on the Board of Regents. I'm honored to present Regent Regina Milner.
Good morning, and thank you, Chancellor Blank. On this special occasion, and on behalf of my Regent colleagues and UW System President Ray Cross, I offer to each of you my sincere congratulations. Today is a very important accomplishment. It's the culmination of years of hard work and long hours of study, and so many sacrifices by you and by those who care for you. Bravo. Let me also extend a special welcome to the families and friends joining us for this celebration. We all know that many people along the way helped these graduates get to where they are today, providing support in many ways, both big and small, seen and unseen. And we shouldn't forget your professors and so many others who are part of the UW community that have been dedicated to your success. They all have had a stake in your reaching this big day, and I think we should give them a big hand and a thank you. But today is about the new graduates, you, the class of 2017. You've done it. You're earning a prestigious degree from a world-class university. You are beginning the next stage of your life. Each of you has your own personal story of how your journey came to this moment. Many of you came by a traditional route, right out of high school and on to college. As Chancellor Blank noted, for others, the path, well, may have been a bit more detours and perhaps later in life. However, I understand that, but you're now, however, at the finish line, which actually is a starting gate. Truly a time to stop and take stock of the future. And whatever your next move, make it count. Embrace your next stage of life and each succeeding stage with all the passion you can muster. Savor it. Take advantage of it. Give it all you've got. You'll never regret it, and you'll never regret investing any less. You all know our world is changing quickly, as is higher education. But one thing hasn't changed, and it won't change. And that's the importance of a quality institution, where dedicated and creative faculty inspire students to want more. Where innovative research expands possibilities, where fellow students challenge and encourage their peers. Just think of how UW-Madison's magnificent faculty and staff helped you discover who you are. Consider how university research carries the Wisconsin idea to communities across the state. This wonderful university is a point of pride for every resident in the state of Wisconsin. And as graduates, you are all now part of the University of Wisconsin-Madison history. Its story. UW-Madison's nearly 170 years of dedication to crafting an academic community committed to shared success is world-renowned. It arises from hard work and the vision of students and staff and faculty and administration and community partners and, of course, of families. UW-Madison exemplified that 30 years ago when I crossed a stage here, also in December. And I'm confident it will continue to do so for decades to come. I'm going to close by sharing with you one of my favorite quotes from American anthropologist Margaret Mead. She once said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. I believe that, and I believe that you, the UW class of 2017, has the potential, the passion, and the power to change our world. I am very excited to see what your future holds. And before congratulating you, I want to remind you, tomorrow this will all be fuzzy, but 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 50 years from now, everything you hear here will be a poignant memory. Remember that in years to come. Congratulations again to all the graduates, to their families here today, and on Wisconsin.
It is my great pleasure to introduce our two keynote speakers, Adam Horowitz and Eddie Kitsis. One of the immense joys of the college experience is the opportunity to form lifelong friendships. Our keynote speakers today embody the value of personal relationships forged every day here at UW-Madison. I'll let them tell you how they met on campus. But suffice it to say that Eddie and Adam have turned their undergraduate friendship into something truly remarkable. Today, as a highly regarded writing and producing team, they are two of Hollywood's busiest and most successful storytellers, the creative force behind many of your favorite TV shows and movies. Eddie graduated from UW-Madison in 1993 with a bachelor's degree in communication arts. Adam followed a year later with a bachelor's degree in communication arts and political science. Both studied radio, television, and film production while here on campus. As partners in Hollywood, they've written for numerous hit TV shows, including One Tree Hill, Popular, and Felicity. They joined the writing staff of Lost during its first season and went on to become executive producers of the critically acclaimed series. Over the course of their careers, they have won Writers Guild of America awards, have been nominated for multiple other honors, including Emmy Awards and Producers Guild of America awards, and they've been honored by the American Film Institute. They achieved big screen success writing the feature film Tron Legacy, and they currently oversee the popular ABC TV show Once Upon a Time, which they created. It is now in its 7th season. We could not be more pleased that Once Upon a Time, UW-Madison helped bring these two together. Please join me in welcoming Adam Horowitz and Eddie Kitsis.
Provost Mangelsdorf for that incredibly kind introduction. And thank you, Chancellor Blank, faculty, senior class officers, honored guests, parents, and of course, the class of 2017. We're thrilled to be here.
To be asked to speak to you on this momentous day is a massive honor that the two of us still can't quite believe we've been given. We thought long and hard over what to say because, to be honest, this is a pretty intimidating undertaking. I mean, come on, look at this place, the Cole Center. A lot of incredible moments have happened here.
Our first instinct was to dispense with a speech entirely and just shoot free throws. No one graduates until we both hit one. But then we decided you guys don't need to be here another 4 years.
There's not a day that goes by where we don't think about Madison and the time we spent here. It's a special place and it's a special school. It's where we found our dreams and decided to follow them. Dreams that seemed crazy at the time, maybe still seem crazy, but something about this place gave us the confidence. There's a spirit here and it's infectious.
That's what makes it so special to be back. Our friendship and our careers started just a few blocks from here. That's where we had our meet cute. In movies and television, when a couple meets and falls in love, or starts a lifelong creative partnership, it's called a meet cute, meaning that the way they meet is generally constructed to be funny and charming.
Think Harry meeting Sally on a cross-country road trip where they argued endlessly before inevitably falling in love. Or Meredith Grey having a one-night stand with McDreamy and then discovering he's the doctor she'll be learning from. Or Emma Stone honking at Ryan Gosling in a fit of rage in La La Land.
Or Eddie and Adam meeting in the basement of Vilas Hall. Yeah, we had our meet cute just a few blocks from here in Vilas Hall in Communication Arts 355, Intro to Film Production. One unit in the class had us filming and editing Super 8 movies on a moviola. Yes, films used to be made on actual film, not digital.
It was a Saturday in Vilas Hall. I was working on my masterpiece. It was pretentious, and I couldn't wait to see it come together. So I threaded it up. I flicked the switch, and I ran it. And my masterpiece was upside down. So I turned to the guy next to me and I said, "Hey, is your machine broken too?"
I looked at him and I couldn't quite believe it. Then I leaned over and gently flipped his film. Eddie had threaded it backwards, and with a flick of a wrist, I had solved his problem.
I looked at this guy and I thought, he's got something.
And I looked at this guy and said, he's an idiot. but that didn't prevent me from hitching my wagon to him for the next 25 years.
So who's the idiot now?
It actually wasn't that simple. That was how we met, but not how we got together as partners. Cut to a few months later, summer break. I was working as an intern at a talent agency in Los Angeles. Coming from New York by way of Madison, I had no idea how important cars were in LA. Here's a tip for any Badger thinking of moving there. They're very important. Anyway, I was taking the bus to work, a nearly 2-hour ride from my friend's couch in Venice, when I stepped off and walked toward the office building. I heard a car honk. I looked up and it was Eddie.
I was working as a production assistant and making deliveries for a TV movie, and I was lost. So blind luck or fate or Badger destiny, whatever you want to call it, had me stop at a traffic light as Adam got off the bus. I immediately pulled over and asked for directions.
I was getting off a bus. I had no clue where to send him. And there we were, two incredibly naive Badgers lost in LA, randomly running into each other in a city of millions. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. Somehow it all seemed meant to be, and our partnership was born. We moved back to Madison for our last 2 years of school and started working together in earnest to begin our careers. They say in Hollywood, where you start can tell you so much about who you are and who you will become. Quentin Tarantino reinvented independent cinema with his debut, Reservoir Dogs. Damien Chazelle came roaring out the gate with Whiplash. Orson Welles started with Citizen Kane.
Eddie and Adam? We started with a public access cable show on Madison station WYOU called Hot Tonight. Someone in the comm arts department saw how passionate we were about making film and television and helped us secure a half-hour a week on public access, which we have no idea if it still exists, but today is probably the equivalent of creating a web series. Yeah, there weren't many awards, but it did actually air briefly and involved some awful attempts at sketch comedy using sponsors like Parthenon Gyros and Rocky Rococo Pizza. Are they still around? Awesome. Anyway, it was a less than auspicious beginning, and we didn't win any Emmys, but we did get some free slices of pizza.
Yeah, we did. But more importantly, it allowed us to bring our imagination to life for the very first time. Insane as it sounds, it filled us with a crazy belief that we could take this show on the road. From Parthenon Gyros, the next stop was obvious: Hollywood, California.
The following 25 years were quite eventful. After graduation, we moved to Hollywood, took whatever jobs we could, hoping to learn everything and anything. I was an assistant to movie producers Joel Silver and Scott Rudin. Adam was a production assistant on shows like Tales from the Crypt. No task was too small.
Didn't matter if it was picking up dry cleaning, delivering scripts, or bailing someone's kid out of jail. Yeah, really, that happened. It didn't matter. We were in Hollywood. We were learning. And all the while, we were writing at night and weekends until we got our first big break writing for ABC on a short-lived remake of Fantasy Island. Yes, it was 6 short months, but it got us started writing television. The next decade, we spent going from show to show, learning what we could from incredible mentors until we spent 6 seasons writing and producing Lost. And then we wrote the movie Tron Legacy, and from there created Once Upon a Time.
So what could two guys who spent years writing crazy stories about smoke monsters on an island, dwarves hatching from eggs, malevolent computer programs bent on destroying the world, possibly have to offer on this really special and an incredibly, actually mild day.
Yeah, we thought it'd be cold,
Yeah.
so we wrote cold, but it's not so bad.
And that's what everyone tells us.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's when it occurred to us exactly what to do.
Back out, turn it down, tell them we couldn't do it.
But before we could inform Chancellor Blank of the grave mistake the senior class officers had made in their selection of speakers, something occurred to us. Perhaps there was something we had to offer. Maybe, just maybe, the storytelling process itself might be relevant. See, most of the time in television, stories are constructed in a room jammed full of writers that is called, of all things, a writer's room. Yeah, you'd think writers could come up with something a bit more clever, but that's it, the writer's room. And inside, a few rules have emerged, and we thought we'd share them with you today.
Rule number 1, don't be a hollow bunny. In the writer's room, we have a saying, beware of hollow bunnies. You know how at Easter there are two kinds of chocolate bunnies? They both look great, but one when you bite into, it crumbles and it falls apart because it's hollow. It turns out it's cheap, it just looked good. The other one was solid through and through. Well, similar concepts apply to storytelling. For example, when we were coming up with the idea of Once Upon a Time, we knew we wanted to take classic fairy tales and bring them into the real world. But that meant these characters couldn't be one-dimensional cartoons. They had to feel like real people.
In the animated movie Snow White, the evil queen wanted to kill Snow because a mirror said she was prettier than her. Pretty shallow, right? That's a hollow bunny. We needed to make the queen real, so we created a history for her filled with love and loss and regret and betrayal. And instead of being superficially jealous over her stepdaughter's beauty, we had Snow White destroy the queen's life by betraying her trust as a child. Now both were culpable. Now it was complicated. Now we had something, a solid bunny.
As we discovered this storytelling truth, we realized it applied much beyond writing. Look inward. Why do you want what you want? What's important to you? Leaving college with a diploma and getting a successful job is great, but it's not enough. Experience life. Be well-rounded. Career and money aren't everything. Success doesn't mean you're interesting. Or more importantly, fulfilled. Characters in movies and television shouldn't be one-dimensional, and neither should you. Don't be a hollow bunny.
Rule number 2, don't be afraid to tear down the board. In writers' rooms, stories are carefully and meticulously constructed moment by moment on big dry erase boards that surround the room. It can take weeks or months to do it. So oftentimes you become precious with your work. When writing the pilot of Once Upon a Time, for example, we had what we thought was an amazing opening sequence where characters in the enchanted forest were consumed by a terrible curse from the evil queen and banished to the worst place in the universe.
Columbus, Ohio. Just kidding. We have nothing but respect for our Buckeye brother. No, we don't. We hate him. We'll get him next year. We think the Hurricanes next week. Go Badgers!
Anyway, so that was a different version of the pilot that did not air, but we probably should have done. In our version, the curse took them to our world, the one place where evil can win. They were trapped in a dreary town, but now we had a problem. We couldn't figure out where our story went from there. It started great, but then fizzled out. We banged our heads against the wall for ages.
Until we realized the curse swallowing our characters wasn't the beginning of the story, it was the end. We had loved our opening so much that we were afraid to start over. But once we tore down the board and did start over, the real story presented itself to us. We had to build to that awesome scene. We had to open our minds to new ideas and new possibilities.
Don't be afraid to tear down the board. Don't settle. Life will present you with many paths. Don't be afraid to start over if one is a dead end. You may feel like you invested so much time and energy going in one direction that it feels like a waste of your hard work. It's not. Every moment, every choice, every misstep, every mistake prepares you for the next one. But most importantly, that means keeping an open mind. It's easy to get locked into one way of thinking. Divorce yourself of that and the world will open up to you. And if you do that, you will never stop learning. We've been writing together for 25 years, and we still start every project with the same goal: learning something new, getting better. And we try to apply that to every area in our life. Your time in school may be over, but your education is just beginning.
Rule number 3, avoid typecasting. What is typecasting? It's a phenomenon, usually with actors, where a performer almost always plays the same kind of part. Think Bryan Cranston. Years and years as the wacky dad and Malcolm in the middle, then all of a sudden he's cooking meth in a trailer on Breaking Bad. He broke out of typecasting. Writers experience this too.
Early in our careers, we were typecast. We spent 2 wonderful years writing on a show called Popular. It was a high school show about young people and their relationships coming of age. From there, we spent a year writing a show called Felicity, a show about young people and their relationships coming of age. From there, we wrote an episode of One Tree Hill, a show about young people coming of age. I think you get the idea.
And the truth was, we were sick of it. We were bored. We weren't really writing the things that we wanted to write because we were afraid to. Don't let fear stop you. The problem wasn't our abilities, it was our fear. One of our mentors, Carl Hughes, gave us this advice. He said that while we were quite good at writing these shows, we were writing the wrong thing. We should be doing the things we love. We had found an easy and safe path, and we were sticking to it.
Once we decided to look inward and ask what kinds of stories we really wanted to tell, it opened incredible doors for us. We went to work on Lost, and we were terrified. It was far different than anything we'd ever done, which is exactly why we had to try it. And ultimately, it led to one of the most rewarding experiences in our career. We quickly learned that we had been held back by typecasting, but it wasn't the business that did it, it was ourselves. We didn't believe we could write something like Lost or Tron or Once Upon a Time, so we didn't try. But when we did, everything changed. Don't typecast yourself. Be the kind of person you want to be. So start there. If you don't believe in yourself and what you can do, no one else will.
Rule number 4, it's the journey, not the destination. In episodic television, in success, you're telling 100 or more stories. Where the story ends is far less important than how you get there. On a superficial level, yes, audiences want to know answers. Why is there a polar bear on the island? But the truth is, most of these questions can be answered with simple yeses or nos, or a few sentences of explanation. If you're going to ask an audience to stay with you for years, you have to give them something more. They're with you for the experience, for the ride. That's what matters.
You didn't go to college counting every day until this ceremony. When you came here, did you only think about graduation, getting this diploma, listening to this speech? We sure hope not, and we suspect not. Think about your favorite moments in Madison. That's what awaits you. Where you end up is not the point. Life is full of moments on the way to wherever you go. Live in those moments because you don't know where you're going to end up, and that's okay. Our journey since Madison has been filled with ups and downs, lefts and rights, unexpected twists and turns, and not just on the page or screen, but in our personal lives and with our families. Remember that goals are important, but each moment we take on that journey to the goal is equally, if not more important.
You're about to leave this place that is quite important. Where you go next is a mystery. But embrace that. Don't concern yourself as much with what lies at the end of the road, because hopefully that's a long way off. The last 4 years are a microcosm of what's to come. All the fun and achievements and setbacks and reversals of fortune that you experienced, that's the excitement and drama we try to capture on the screen. But it's in your life every day. Don't run away from it. Embrace it. Live it. Use it. Whether it appears success or failure is imminent doesn't matter. You're building something. It's like in the writer's room. We build our stories piece by piece, moment by moment. Your future is no different. Believe it or not, only believe it or not, you have far more control. We're limited by budgets and audiences and ratings and box office, but in life you're only limited by yourself, which is to say, you have no limits.
So that's it. That's our wisdom. Go out there and find a story. Find your story. Live it every day. And know that no matter what happens, it will be uniquely yours. Make it what you want. Don't stop until it is.
Congratulations, class of 2017, and on Wisconsin!
Thank you both, Adam and Eddie. I suspect there are a number of people out there who want to follow your path to Hollywood. Let me now call upon William Karpus, Dean of the Graduate School, who will present the candidates for graduate degrees.
Candidates for the degrees Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Musical Arts, and Master of Fine Arts will please rise. Chancellor Blank. These scholars have devoted significant time to graduate study and research. In addition, they have defended theses or presented exhibitions that have been accepted by faculty committees as substantial contributions, signifying scholarly or professional achievement in their respective fields. They are presented for the highest academic recognition in their fields given by the university, the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Musical Arts, or Master of Fine Arts.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the graduate school, and under the authority granted by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, you will receive the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Musical Arts, or Master of Fine Arts. In testimony thereof, you will receive your diplomas. Candidates, please be seated until the marshals instruct you to proceed to the platform.
Luciano Baralza.
Bazen şeyde çekiyorum. Orada çekiyorum.
Sebastian Danovitia, Patricia Mueller, Tyler Stanek, Torale Odom, Alex Metis, Amanda Hankus Ampe, Tyler Lark, Joel Tyman, Yaju Alice Chong, Ragnar Suarez, Carolina Menchu, Emily Cornelius Roos, Christopher Latter, Elena West, Adam Von Gay, Stacy Schuler, Kaya Rabane, Lynn Marr, Samuel Lopez Hayes, Gian Romstein,
Şeyi kalsın.
Sarah Nixon, Rhonda Walker, Claire Peterson, Chen Ji, Dean Leon, Dion Wang, Jacqueline Rand, Ryan Clark, Andrew Khalil, Roberto Monroy, Maureen Rogers, Anna Bresley, David Rule, Cheng Wan Jung,
I now call upon Robert Gould, Dean of the School of Medicine and Public Health.
Candidates with the degrees Doctor of Medicine, Master of Physician Assistant Studies, and Master of Public Health will please rise. Chancellor Blank.
Dean Gould is
These scholars have successfully completed the requirements of the courses of studies in medicine, physician assistant studies, and public health. Upon the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Medicine and Public Health, I present these candidates for degrees.
on the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Medicine and Public Health, and under the authority granted by the University of Wisconsin Board of Regents, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Medicine, Master of Physician Assistant Studies, or Master of Public Health. In testimony thereof, you will receive your diplomas. Please proceed to the platform. scholars have successfully completed the requirements of the courses in law. Upon the recommendation of the faculty of the law school, I present these candidates for degrees. On the recommendation of the faculty of the law school and under the authority granted by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin system, you will receive the degree Juris Doctor, Master of Laws, or Master of Laws Legal Institutions. In testimony thereof, you will receive your diplomas. Candidates, please be seated until the marshals instruct you to proceed to the platform.
Candidates for the following master's degrees will please rise. Master of Accountancy, Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Engineering, Master of International Public Affairs, Master of Music, Master of Professional French Studies, Master of Public Affairs, Master of Science, Master of Social Work. Chancellor Blank. On the recommendation of the graduate faculty, I present these candidates for the master's degree in their respective fields.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the graduate school and under the authority granted by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin system, you will be admitted to the appropriate degree and in testimony thereof will receive your diploma. Candidates, please be seated until the marshals instruct you to proceed to the platform.
Takehiro Yamamoto, Wesley Scott, Matthew Parrish, Angela Wilson, Javier Vidal, Eric Scott Mortensen, Bridget Faust, Josh Wolf, Susan Lindberg, Joseph Collery, Mei Yui Jiang, Kimberly Rooney, Maggie Hughes, Sarah Gamalinda, Christian Branton, Jishua Jin, Su Shu Wu, Logan Rapp, Jacob Levin, Herman Fellow IV, Brian Gutton, Eric Wistrom, Kahua Yang, Lee Yifang, Dylan Fry, Jeffrey Van Rees, Tianwen Lee, Zin Jin, Minjin Yi, Thomas Martell, Justin Lee, Mary Murphy, Ricardo Rodriguez, Linda Bagley, Emily Swartz, Lauren Faust, Jitapai Anandiriku, Joshua Taylor, Eric Steffes, Primpa Sarasen, Jessica Pachicano, Anne Raw Lee, Gia Lee, Pei Yi Wang, Edward Westerbrand, Amber Jackson Amundsen, Molly Wheeler, Dine Lee, Amalia Brown, Choa Xiong, Laura Epland, Emmeline Beck, Amanda Lee, Tim Bakken, Joshua McAfee, Cyrus Nigun, Brian Miller, Sankat Nali, Chris Hall, Bharat Madras Natarajan, Karen Martin, Wang Ray Kim, Jihua Yang, Oluwampue Olufala Jimmy, Nan Yin Yang, Yi Shu, Shi Hao Yang, Yifan Sun, Yu Yang Meng,
一帆风顺。
Bailey Rewalt, Angela Boak, Kaylin Diderick, Shannon Plunkett, Danielle Woodall, Mai Chi Lin, Katie Taylor, Dylan Reisterberg, Samantha Thompson, Christiana Hennings, Agnes Sweeney Muyanga, Rachel Johnson, Sarah Kibuti, Ashley Schwarzenstein, Reed New York, Jiaodan Liang, Serial Ellen Lee, Li Jun Chi, Tanner Allen Maestro, Ann Nardi, Sid Swain.
Professor LaCrone and band members for your special contribution to the program today. It is my pleasure to introduce Jada Klein. Jada is graduating today with a bachelor's degree in political science and biology. During her time here, Jada has epitomized what we call the Wisconsin experience. She has pursued rigorous coursework, conducted complex research, developed resilience, and given back immensely to this campus and the community. She came to us through the Chancellor's Scholars Program and has been an active member in numerous groups and organizations, including the Wisconsin Black Student Union, the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County, the Ahana Pre-Health Society, and the Zeta Chi Core Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, a public service sorority centered on helping the Black community. Her involvement on and off campus truly encompasses the Wisconsin idea. Our senior class officers choose the student speaker for winter commencement from a pool of graduating seniors who wish to apply. They said they were knocked out by Jada's application. You're about to hear why. She has an incredible story to share. Jada, congratulations on your graduation and your selection as this morning's student speaker.
Good morning, everyone. Congratulations to all the graduates of the class of 2017. And may I say it is an honor to be your speaker today. Complacency will hold back your legacy. My ancestors have been in this country for 400 years, yet I am only a second-generation college graduate. But make no mistake, if it wasn't for their dedication to not be complacent in their circumstance, I wouldn't be standing on the stage before you today. My ancestors were sharecroppers on a Mississippi plantation in 1921. One fateful day, the landowner demanded my 7-year-old uncle drop out of the 3rd grade in order to work in the fields full time. Yet, he was determined to learn to read and to write, and that is exactly what he did. Set on starting a new life, he eventually moved to Chicago and started a family of his own. He's now 103 years young and is one of the most intelligent people that I know. Complacency will hold back your legacy. My great-grandfather, who was born and raised in the Jim Crow South, was determined to fight for this nation in Korea, to show his fellow citizens that he indeed was a man with unalienable rights. He was willing to sacrifice his life for a country that at the time did not see him as an equal. He was awarded a bronze medal in 1960. Complacency will hold back your legacy. Hearing these stories growing up, I wanted to be just like my ancestors. I wanted to persevere beyond the expectations that people had of me. I wanted to leave a lasting legacy for my great-great-grandchildren to tell stories of. But I didn't know where this journey was going to begin. I just knew that I needed to attend a university that would help cultivate my ambitions into decisions. While reading the Wisconsin homepage one night while in high school, I came across a powerful quote. Never be content until the beneficent influence of the university reaches every family in the state. These are the words of Charles R. Van Heiss. These words capture the essence of the Wisconsin idea, and ladies and gentlemen, these words are what brought me to this university over all others. What I learned from the Wisconsin idea from that day forward is that Badgers are never just content with the world around them. We are never just content with who we are in the moment. We strive for excellence in our communities and in ourselves. Well, we would be remiss if we didn't show other Badgers the way too. Lifting others up as we climb, reaching forward to our plans for the future, but reaching our hand back to pull others along with us on this journey. The harder that my peers strove for success, the more I was inspired to do the same. It is a cycle, you see. The more you carry the torch and create positive change wherever you go, you will leave an unshakable legacy for future Badgers to aspire to. but complacency will hold back your legacy. My sophomore year, I had the dream of participating in a genomics research internship at the birthplace of the Human Genome Project, the Broad Institute of MIT and Harvard. I knew a fellow Badger, Leah Escalante, that had participated in the program. When I met her, she was elated at my interest and offered to read over my essays. Her drive is what inspired me to put in my application. And then I was accepted. I immediately reached out to Leah in excitement and began to form a close relationship with her. She even advised me on what classes to take at UW during my last couple of years and suggested other internship opportunities. Complacency will hold back your legacy. Leah passed the torch of the Wisconsin idea to me and left the legacy for me to learn from, to grow in. She helped turn my ambition into a decision. So my charge to you today, my fellow graduates, is to be the change that you wish to see in this world. Do not just dream, but affirm. Don't convince yourself what you are trying to be, but tell yourself what you are going to be. For Pete's sake, you're a Badger. We are the presidents of clubs. We have published papers, built homes in third world countries, started our own businesses. Complacency is not in the bloodline of our Badger family. Reach out to the 400,000 alumni that have made their mark, carrying the torch of the Wisconsin idea with them all over the world. I hope you find comfort in the fact that there will always be a Badger somewhere willing to mentor you, to inspire you, to help turn your dreams into a reality. Who would have thought that a man with only a third-grade education and a country boy turned veteran could inspire me to become a biology and political science double major at one of the most prestigious universities in the world. But it was their legacy that influenced me nevertheless. So, what legacy will you leave for the next generation of Badgers? And where will you take the torch of the Wisconsin idea? Don't let this cap and gown fool you. Your work is not done. Each and every one of you has so much talent to bring to this world. It would be unfair to the world if you did not share it. Because complacency will never hold back a Badger's legacy. Thank you.
The University of Wisconsin has been a place of learning and discovery, a place where you make friends and memories that will last a lifetime. For some of you, today is bittersweet. You will be saying farewell to Madison and a community of people who become an important part of your life. The good news is, you're joining a worldwide Badger community that stretches from Minneapolis to Malaysia, from LA to Austria, from Sweden to the Swiss Alps. Wherever you go, the Wisconsin Alumni Association will be there to connect you to this family. And remember, no matter how far you travel or how long you've been away, Madison will always be your home. We hope you come back and visit often, because as a member of the Badger family, you will always have a seat at our table.
Who have distinguished themselves scholastically by ranking in the top 20% of their school or college, or by participating in
College of Agricultural and Life Sciences, I present these candidates for the following degrees: Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science Agricultural Business Management, Bachelor of Science Biological Systems Engineering, Bachelor of Science Dietetics, and Bachelor of Science Landscape Architecture. Candidates will please remain standing.
I now call upon Ann Massey, Dean of the School of Business.
Chancellor Blank.
Dean Massey.
Candidates for the bachelor's degrees in the School of Business will please rise. On the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Business, I present these candidates for the degree Bachelor of Business Administration. Candidates will please remain standing.
I now call upon Diana Hess, Dean of the School of Education.
Chancellor Blank.
Dean Hess.
Candidates for bachelor's degrees in the School of Education will please rise. Chancellor Blank.
Yes.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Education, I present these candidates for the following degrees: Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Science in Art, Bachelor of Science in Art Education, Bachelor of Science in Athletic Training, Bachelor of Science in Dance, Bachelor of Science in Education, Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, Bachelor of Science in Physical Education, Bachelor of Science in Rehabilitation Psychology, and Bachelor of Science in Theater and Drama. Candidates will please remain standing.
I now call upon Ian Robertson, Dean of the College of Engineering.
Candidates for bachelor's degrees in the College of Engineering, please rise. Chancellor Blank. On the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Engineering, I present these candidates for the following degrees: Bachelor of Naval Science, Bachelor of Science Biomedical Engineering, Bachelor of Science Chemical Engineering, Bachelor of Science Civil Engineering, Bachelor of Science Computer Engineering, Bachelor of Science Electrical Engineering, Bachelor of Science Engineering Mechanics, Bachelor of Science Engineering Physics, Bachelor of Science Geological Engineering, Bachelor of Science Industrial Engineering, Bachelor of Science Material Science and Engineering, Bachelor of Science Mechanical Engineering, and Bachelor of Science Nuclear Engineering. Candidates will please remain standing.
I now call upon Soyeon Shim, Dean of the School of Human Ecology.
Candidates for bachelor's degrees in the School of Human Ecology will please rise. On the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Human Ecology, I present these candidates for the following degrees: Bachelor of Science, Community and Nonprofit Leadership, Bachelor of Science, Human Development and Family Studies, Bachelor of Science, Human Ecology, Bachelor of Science, Interior Architecture, Bachelor of Science, Personal Finance, Bachelor of Science, Retailing and Consumer Behavior, Bachelor of Science, Textiles and Fashion Design. Candidates will please remain standing.
I now call upon Carl Schultz, Dean of the College of Letters and Science.
Candidates for bachelor's degrees in the College of Letters and Science will please rise. Of the faculty of the College of Letters and Science, I present these candidates for the following degrees: Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Arts Journalism, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science Applied Mathematics, Engineering and Physics, Bachelor of Science Journalism, Bachelor of Social Work. Candidates will please remain standing.
I now call upon Linda Scott, Dean of the School of Nursing.
Candidates for the bachelor's degree in the School of Nursing will please rise. Chancellor Blank, Dean Scott, on the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Nursing, I present these candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Candidates will please remain standing.
I now call upon Steve Swanson, Dean of the School of Pharmacy.
Candidates for the bachelor's degrees in the School of Pharmacy will please rise. Somewhere back there, Joanne is standing. Chancellor Blank.
Dean Swanson.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Pharmacy, I present Joanne for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Pharmacology and Toxicology. Joanne, please.
On the recommendation of the faculty, and under the authority granted by the University of Wisconsin System Board of Regents, you will be admitted to the degree appropriate to the courses you have completed. In testimony thereof, you will receive your diplomas. Congratulations. Please be seated till the marshals instruct you.
Oscar Longoria, Joseph Aguilar Ramsey, Dylan Anderson, Omar Hamid, Sonia Chandru, Stephanie Sue Perez, Nicholas Vanderpass, Taylor Slava, Lucas Ricky, Tanner Reich, Nolan Tempest, Mitchell Oberdorf, Thomas Wiesler, Josh Benson, Madeline Gustafson, Isaac Lowery, Aaron Foley, Josh Olson, Mackenzie Milnes, Adam Francis, John Kane, Adam Pack, Jeffrey Pickett, Jack Micka, Cole McCraw, Travis Melquist, Ryan Cromer, Benjamin Van Nobelen, Alan Moulton, Zach Petrie, Nicholas Rossler, Mia Lennon, Margaret Lotzi, Alexander Lamar, Ryan McKee, Colin Anderson, Sam Aker, Nicholas Dunn, Aaron Gerhardt, Connor Gallagher, Eric Elliott, David Nolte, Adrian Fedora, Margaret Donald, Christine Pelto, Emily Bloom, Thomas Shotia, Yi-Chen Wang, Zhongling Wang, Taylor Fahey, Mitchell Sear, Edward Kinnerk, Robert Parks, Michelle Albert, Sydney Cohn, Uni Park, Claudia Santana Monterey, Austin Cruz, Taylor Monroe, Danielle Starr, David Lay, Eric Sutton,
但是有点读书毕业了，可以像这样。
Joseph Hust, Susan Yang, Anna Ellickson, Paul Kirkland, Jordan McLean, Kimberly Wenzel, Kelsey Wright, Luke James, William Pence, Gregory Scruman, Eric Klopp, Sarah Manuel, Cole Pierce, Catherine Peterson, Ryan Sieber, Brett Atkins, Joel Deutsch, Aaron Weber, Hunter Wentz, Jonathan Barker, Alyssa Logano, Lucas Hannick, Morgan Shue, Ryan Howe Lay, Robert Dahl, Kyle Smith, Aaron Aldrin, Yvonne Ekstrom, Zachary DeGroot, Kirsten Pelkey, Eric Wolf, John Berggrath, John Van Soteren, Stephen Cronick, Tyler Davis, Kirsten Coffey, Matthew Coniston, Philip Tyrion, Jake Rust, Spencer Hahn, Alec Onesti, William Hesteris, Maxwell Strange, Shekhar Shueib, Nigel Ballmer, Madeline Ott, Eric Silvis, John Borak, John Doherty, Jack Martin Heidi, Ryan Hastings, Hee-Jun Kyu, Kyle Schleifman, Luke Johnson, Hallie Kachar, Kevin Zhu, Marissa Skelly, Samuel French, Alex Birch, Patrick Potts, Nicole Baden, Danny Nelson, Stephen Schwartz, Henry Powers, Daniel Rittermacher, Aaron Delander, Jacob Eisinger, Nicholas Como, Key Chang, Shuyin Kaur, Don Hu, Rebecca Chen, James Olson, Madeline Rutherford, Andrew Enter, Craig Middlestone, Zachary Jewell, David Sweetapple, Thomas Springer III, Raymond Yost, Ling Shai Lei, Rocky Leon, Chase Nelson, Adam Hobbs, Jacob Ribbett, Dylan Weber, Brandon Olstad, Armani Dotson, the School of Human Ecology, Zoe Malanis, Lexi Frankus, Caitlin Kritzel, Annette Leach, Kiana Lineberger, Karina Claire Canespol, Allison Marie Hutt, Daniel Foster, John DiGianni, Jamie Miller, Taisha Cakins, Kate Clement, Bridget Arnold, Emily Wilson, Samantha Anderly, Kayla Meyer, Madeline Keeley, Olivia Chugum, Robert Schaefer, Kevin Raymer, Abby Stoika, Emma Huang, Ashley Hampton, Amanda Eagles, Andrew Jones, Justin Gabriel, Mitchell Leroy, Lucas Martin, Meredith Northway, Andrea Mucha, Monica Gerber, Kayla Zuski, Anna Ripke, Courtney Theo, Benjamin Petty, Marie Fletcher, Ashley Peterson, Danielle Fowley, Ryan Barsanti, Robbie Opal, Shannon Jean, Sarah DeSanti, Kyle Ginsuchen, Lane Boggs, Matish Casey, Blair Siebold, Taylor Thompson, Rachel Lang, Grace Fleming, Noen Lee, Kelsey Redmond, Kate Berry, Brianne Kramer, Chua Bay, Philip Bonkomse, Christine Snyder, Jason Beal, Allison Schmidt, Shayla Ferguson, Jazz Peavy, Anali Padapa, Taylor Johnson, Olivia Pujua, Leon Jacobs, Alex James, Benjamin Hemmer, Dwayne Sterling Jr., Neil Decker, Casey Mullen, Brennan Decker,
The College of Agricultural and Life Sciences. Bobby Briggs. Mariana Sophia Moss. Josie Russo. Scott Shashesky. Amanda Lowe. Yasser Chandani. Zachary Wilson. Brady Cleveland. Jada Klein. Elle Pace. Amanda Cowan. Tata Gion. Sarah Cook. Athena Golfinos. Robin Bogey. Marissa Bowen. Molly Ellis. Mariah Fromm. Stephanie Blotto. Hayden Cummings. Matthew Dornick. Nathan King. Lexi Payson. Haley Nelson. Kelly Harrington. Michaela Minnick. Sarah Funk. Chelsea Peterson. Kaya Williams. Hannah Van Rossum. Melissa Matos. Patricia Neither. Ryan Tierney. Samuel Kiefer. Nicole Blake. Isabel Hernandez. Andrea Edwards. Alavi Mala. Liam Selfers. Laura Dyer. Patrick Knudsen. Eli Mittman. Cecilia Moon. Corey Scherer. Nathan Malonzi. Bryce Williams. Thomas Walker. Brandon Gomes. Tate Zarecki. Zachary Rommel. Jamie Brown. Abigail Literacy. Caitlin Newman. Nicholas Jones. Jin Wook Wong. Anders Tiffany. Matthew Paul. Ellen Schlicht. Emma Lake. Jamie Hintz. Juliana
Oturmayacağım ya. Otur şey yapma.
Allison Lindsay.
Böyle yukarıda dolaşıp gelirim ben. Fotoğraf çekeceğim yukarıdan atarlarken.
Kevin Scherer. Philip Stackhouse. Mackenzie Zagru. Mark Rafael Conti. Jonah August Wagner. Samuel Dennis Walton. Narina Georgieva. Rachel Durston. Olivia Brock. Anne-Marie Medina. Mason Jowoski. Emma Stodola. Adam Villanueva. Lauren Neese. Kayla George. Liam Welsh. Mitch Geiger. Robin Roberts. Ryan Kowski. Mia Lawrence. Ray Page. Sawyer Wolf. Rylan Benson. Colin Burgos. Ben Spursland. Marissa Gibson. Nathaniel Choklos. Clark Cabrita. James Tyler. Rebecca Weiland. Juan Manuel Martinez Diaz Canales. Elizabeth Schleight. The School of Nursing. Ania Moore. Margaret Moore. Brooke Marquardt. School of Pharmacy. Joanne Quinu. School of Business. Kelsey George. Wei-Lu Zhao. Skylar King. Thomas Shea Rosecki. Avery Laskowitz. Fernando Tamara. Mark Hewitt. Shannon Brown. Alicia Emmerich. Leif Conway.
Jay McCurry, Andrew Flannery, John Hollow, Kyle Gillis, Min Woon Song, Sanshan Ding, Yoran Lu, Avery Chen, Samuel John Sutherland, Jacob Smits, Luke O'Connell, Logan Wendt, Jacob Putzier, Joshua Freermuth, Andrew Lewis, Marshall Oja, Cooper Bong, Yukui Yu, Zhang Na, Zachary Stephen Crafton, Brandon Buss, Marcus McMillan, Matt Johnson, Sonny Forbes Hummel, Gloria Plummer, Melanie Cannon, Eric Ritzman, Jenna Spangenberg, Paige Hahn, Troy Milkey, Andre Brunner, Jeremy Fries, Laura Brethren, Stephanie Falk, Marley Nichols, Brett Percy, Madeline Mossberg, Heidi Blizzard, Haley Molina, William Neal Walsh, Nathan Massa, Brandon Stratman, Reed Grayson, Ethan Goldring, Nick Scott, Justin Weber, Ariana Gray, Aaron Zellinger, Carole Teasdale, Alexandra Motoyeme, Talia Choi, Jennifer Huerta, Sherry Shu, Eric Eichler, Elizabeth Schrader, Brandon Bunche, Tyler Weber, Andrew Argo, Anthony Walfort, Andrew Close, Tyler Stubb, Matthew Block, Michael Coakley, Sean Maloney, Becky Lynn, Austin Lacey, Adam Kubor, Kendra Hargenbrother, Stacy Humboldt, Brody Brunner, Benjamin Gear, Jared Forsythe, John Robert Petticoat II, Marissa Cascary, Teresa Austin, Alex DeBrew, Jesse Lucas, Lindsay Nowicki, Sun Sik Nam, Stacy Zhang, Alex Isoso, Nicholas Martin, Harrison Clyde, Adam Lucia, Rastama, Chikaruwendu Chinua Obash, Troy Charles